Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
When it's all done, my country full of corridors. Take a look on War One. Yeah. One of the biggest songs this, you know. Yeah, man. LMR, big up yourself on the production of that song, yeah, brother. Yeah, I tell you. We love the whole rhythm. Nah, lie to you, you see it. Yeah. Music and marriage vibration, we're back again. Welcome again to another episode of your favorite podcast. I took over. Alright? My thing now.
Hi everyone, how you guys doing out there? Welcome to another episode of Music and Marriage. My name is Nikita, I'm your host, and this is my co-host.
I'm Black Red Square, the host.
Hi everyone, hope you guys are doing well today.
Hot summer, man.
Boy, may I tell you,
Hot.
Jamaica,
Hot summer.
different thing. We thank you guys for joining us on another episode. Before we get into the show, we're going to do a quick little plug for all of our black-owned businesses that we do know and support. First, we have our own company, Just Bag It.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go and shop www.jusbagit.com. Also, we have justbagit.com. Also, we have Nikki Glitz Cosmetics. Any glitter, eyeshadow, anything you need, you could definitely go your makeup necessities. You can go and hit her up.
Yep.
Then we have Wing Zone in Long Island, East Meadows, Long Island.
East Meadows, yeah.
Make sure you guys go check that out. That's another black-owned business. Make sure you guys, if you love to read, 90 Day Win. Sandy, she just put out a new book. Make sure you guys go and support that. You can check it out.
Big up yourself, LPI Radio family.
LPI Radio, yes, definitely. We got to shout them out.
Over there in Georgia,
Atlanta,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
down in Atlanta.
Big up the family.
Yeah. Who else? Who else we have?
Nikki just opened a store in California,
Empress
right?
Organics.
Empress
in California. If you're in Rancho Cucamonga, I think that's the area she's in. If not, you could check her out on IG. Empress Organics. She is it's a black-owned business where she supply us females with necessities that we need to keep our health, and even the men. She has vitamins, herbs to help to cure and take care of your body.
Yeah.
So you guys could definitely go and check her out. If we're forgetting anyone, please forgive us. We'll try to plug it whenever we can. All right.
Right through the season, we're gonna
Pure
be
white clean, and if you're in New York and you need your place to be clean after this whole Corona thing is going on, even during the pandemic while we're still in it, get your place sanitized constantly. Pure white cleaning is the place y'all definitely need to link up.
Pure white cleaners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Frank White, big up yourself.
Not the Bronx.
Yeah, so we're going to jump into the topic today. I wanted to talk about dating outside of your race, interracial couples. Yeah. And is that something that you would be interested in, if you weren't married, obviously, but, what are your views on interracial marriages as far as your personal likes and dislikes?
Let me just first say I don't really have a problem with people doing their thing. You can what me that say now? I try to look for the perfect term. But you can't
tell
really
anyone who to love.
Yeah, you can't terms love, and you can't terms people's feelings. You understand me? I said people have their own way of feeling certain vibration, But for me,
Would you date outside of your race?
Dating is one thing,
Marrying.
but marrying and going to that next level is another thing.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely would not marry outside of my race
Okay.
at all.
And why so?
Well, like with a reason earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's a matter of connecting spiritually on that next level, you know, that
Mhm.
level after dating and just physical attraction.
Okay.
You know, it's about not just being attracted to someone physically,
Mm-hmm.
but also eventually being able to connect with that person spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really makes, you know, relationships survive, thrive, work.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that me personally, I don't think I would be able to connect
Mm-hmm.
on that next level with a person outside of my race. To give that it wouldn't be fair to that woman,
Mm-hmm.
because I wouldn't be able to give her the real and true love that she maybe deserves
Okay.
and would probably get from someone else.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the love that I know that I can give,
Mhm.
and I would want to give and receive,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that I can give that to another person outside of my
Yeah.
race.
But you can be able to sleep with someone outside of your race. So what's the difference of sex or marriage?
Well, like me say-
because it's kind of
Like me say, it's a physical. There are layers to relationships, I guess, if you want to call it that. There are layers, you know,
okay.
and there are just certain lines that, for me, I cannot go over,
Mm-hmm.
and that line comes about when the time comes to connect with that person on a spiritual level, on a
Because that
on a
person won't be
mental
able
level.
to understand your
Yeah,
your
you know.
culture's pain or
no and-
whatever it is that you've been through as a race, as
Yeah.
as a black man.
Yes.
Okay.
And not only that, you know, that is a big
That's a
part,
part
of, it.
of it.
That is a
Okay.
big part. But, you know, intimacy wise, and intimacy is the wrong word, because intimacy kind of relates to sex.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But, you know, like overall, mentally, I don't think that I don't think that I would be comfortable having certain conversations then,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that I'm not gonna be able to believe you when you're agreeing with certain
So even
things.
if they're agreeing or disagreeing, it's still gonna feel kind of
it's
funny.
still gonna feel funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna
Because
be
you
able
don't
to.
feel like they understand your.
No,
Okay.
not fully.
Okay.
Not fully.
Because it's kind of
Not
funny
fully.
that you say that would be the reason for you, because most black men that I know of, for them, interracial dating is 99.9% of the high color and the hair. Because
Alright.
a lot of black men have this mentality as them no want a
That is
nappy ear
beauty.
picnic.
Yeah,
Them
that
no
is
want a
beauty.
picnic with a nappy head or not this or that. You get what I'm
I think,
saying?
I think that is
Or the
also a thing
complexion.
for me. It's psychologically for me, and I probably, I'm not trying to be politically correct or anything here, but psychologically for me, black is beauty.
Of course.
You understand what I say? Not saying that
Any other race
any
isn't
other race is
beautiful.
not beauty,
Yes.
or they are not
Because we've been
beautiful.
taught so long to
Because-
not love who we are and our skin color
Because
and our
there's-
texture of our hair. So it's
The physical attraction
it's a
is
different
there.
level. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I say? So I can be physically attracted and want to have sex with someone from a different race.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about physical beauty.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about a
The
spiritual
spiritual.
connection.
It's kind of different for you than most men, because most men don't see it as that. Most men don't see it as a spiritual connection. As I said, they just see it as they just don't want their kids coming with quote unquote nappy hair. So that's why most black men, or it's the high color, or
And-
they want their kids to have a fairer complexion than
And-
what they have.
And also, maybe we can also say that maybe it's just that other men can spiritually connect.
That's not spiritually connecting, though.
I mean, you don't know.
That's not spiritually connected.
I have to speak to a person that has been in an interracial relationship and it has lasted the test of time, and then they can tell us like,
yeah,
you know.
but I don't think that's a spiritual. That for me is just superficial. It's just about the looks. It's not about who the person is then. So you're not loving the person. If you're going to say, okay, you want to be with a black man wants to be with a white woman just so that
Or
he does
vice
not,
versa.
or vice versa, just so that their children won't have nappy hair. That's not for that's not for any spirituality. That's just you being selfish and saying, okay, you don't want your kids to come out looking just like you.
No, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, on the flip side of what I'm saying, there might also be men that can connect. Maybe it's just
To what
me.
you're saying.
Can connect spiritually to whoever it is.
Whoever outside of the race. Okay, I got you.
You understand what I say? And maybe it's just me and my faults and my
No,
inabilities.
That's just how your
So-
brain is, and what it is that tickles you. You know,
Yeah.
makes you feel good at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
How do
So,
you see it though? How do you see
I mean, for me, I don't think I can date outside of my race, and that's just something that I don't like. For me, a black man it feeds my soul. A black man is everything for me. Like, I can't, to date outside of my race is not saying it's frowned upon in my eyes, because I do have family members who are
and friends who are dating
exactly
outside
friends who are dating outside of their race or a product of interracial coupling. You get what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm against it. But me personally, like, I'm just, a black man is just what I like. A black man is what I want, and I don't see myself with any other race than that.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against any other race, because I know there are some awesome guys. I know there are some black men that are a piece of shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah, so it's not about the
it's not about the quality of the man or where you're going to find the
Yeah.
quality. It's just, for me, it's, as he said, I understand the whole spirituality part, because I don't think I could be with someone of another race, and I'm, especially in a time like this where I'm trying to explain why we're fighting for certain rights still, why we're taking the knee in, you know, sports and stuff like that. I will feel so uncomfortable having to
out of place.
defend,
Yeah.
you know, who I am as a black woman, and for you not understanding that, but you saying that you love me. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
kind of, that's the
Yeah.
type of vibe that I get from it. I don't really,
yeah.
I don't want to have to be in situations
Yeah.
like that where I have to question the person that I'm with, or question your loyalty towards me, to
And-
say that if anything, one case, something go down and, you know what I'm saying, you got to choose or something. It's
Yeah.
either your race or me, then you going to flip out on me and just be like, deuces, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm for my kind.
And,
so
and it's like it's like, you know, suppose the relationship is also very young. You know what I mean? And the situation comes when the relationship is young. You know, then it's like you're, you know, mentally you're at a disadvantage, because you're questioning your significant
Yeah.
other now, and you wonder, and then he or she might even be on your side.
but you still not
But
gonna
in
receive
the back
it.
of your
Exactly.
mind, me, in the back of my mind,
I would be like,
because
yeah,
still,
I'm a side eye you too. I'm a side eye
you know,
you too.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And logically, and from a human perspective, you know, you're allowed to think a certain way if you're from, well, not allowed, but naturally you're going to be thinking a certain way. You know, you're going to be thinking a certain way.
Some women just see it as, okay, well, a black man didn't love me right, so let me
Yes.
go outside of my race. And some women do have successful relationships
No,
outside
people
of
do.
their
People do,
But-
and I would love to pick their brains, you know, and
Yeah,
see.
maybe we can speak to an interracial
how it
couple one day and
works.
see how,
You know,
the
but-
dynamics.
Yeah, because, you know, for me, there's just that.
Even
that,
as far
that,
as like cooking, like the seasonings that we use, they don't use any.
I mean,
pretty
people can
little to
learn.
none. No, but that's
can
what I'm
learn
saying.
how to
Simple
cook.
things like that, like the taste of our palates are gonna be somewhat different.
Different.
So
for
that's
sure,
gonna
but
be a
you
little
can
bit.
learn.
Yeah, you can learn, but
can
some
learn.
people don't really want to get into all of that in a relationship. Like, I have to learn everything
But
else
that's
about you, but
that's why I'm saying
you
that
know,
it's going to be.
it's like extensive
difficult.
work.
Yeah,
that
like
I don't
work
think
that
I
I
would
don't
be able
want
to put in.
Yeah, I really don't
Maybe
want
I'm
to be
being
doing all of that.
selfish with
It
with
is
that
a
mindset.
It is a little bit of
But
selfishness.
I don't know. That's just for me. I can't. I don't.
It is a little bit of selfishness,
Like,
but
it's
it's
nothing
also
to
a
me.
preference.
Yeah, exactly, because I don't
You know?
see. I do. There are a few white men where I probably say few that I might say, okay, they're cute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's not like I'm attracted to them or
Yeah.
I'm here like, oh, I would love to find a man like that. It's never anything like a vibe like that. It's always just,
Yeah.
oh, you're cute. You know, like puppies are cute, kind of.
Mm.
That's what it is for me. But
Yeah.
a black man now is just like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
God
that,
damn.
it's that energy, it's that vibe. I don't think that I could ever,
There-
get to that next level.
to say you, but I don't get it though, because you won't get to that level as far as marriage, but you'll get to that level as far as having sex.
Yeah, because
Which
the
is
physical
somewhat-
attraction is the physical attraction. You know what I mean? Anyone can be physically attracted to another person.
Yeah, but I'm not
That
going to
doesn't
just say
mean
that I'm physically attracted to you, so therefore sex can come after that.
No, I mean, in situations. So put yourself in a situation. It's not like generally. Oh, I'm attracted. I'm just gonna go. You understand what I say? Put yourself in the situation where you're in a bar or you're in a club
I
or
would never.
you're in whatever the situation is.
Okay.
You know, you meet someone somewhere.
So it was like a quick one night stand kind
You
of
meet
thing.
someone
where you
somewhere.
see someone and you be like, you
Y'all
look
hit
nice.
it off.
So
You're in
let
the
me just
airport.
go. Let me go pop it open for him one time.
And you're that type of promiscuous person that you want to enjoy the night, and you enjoy the night. You know what I mean? But it's not necessarily like because you're white, I can't.
Yeah, that's
Find
for
you
me.
physically
Like
attractive.
I
No,
can.
that's not.
I
That's
don't.
not me. That's not.
I can't-
Definitely not
for me,
I
it's-
don't see that. I don't.
I can't. You can't get me wet if you're not.
I can't see that. I can't see that at all.
Nah. For me, I can't say it, even just to have sex with someone outside of my race. Like that doesn't even turn me on. That don't even make me giggle. Not even a little bit.
And it's not something that
So
happens often either.
I can't.
But there are quite a number of women out there that are attractive. That are of a different race. But at the same time, I wouldn't.
You could, as I said, for me, it's like you could be cute, but as far
Yeah.
as taking it further than that, as far as attraction and all of that, I can't get to
Yeah.
that level.
I don't know. I wonder. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it.
Okay.
But hey,
To each his own.
yeah, to each his own. Because there are a lot of people out there that do have, successful, as we said, successful interracial couples,
Of course.
and they're out there doing their damn
Doing
thing.
them thing.
Yeah, and
So,
they're in love,
yeah.
and they've never been in love, like they are now with
Yeah.
their own race.
Yeah.
So it's understood, and there are some females out here, because I know a few females that don't date black men at all, and they're black.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're just like, they're disgusted by black men. They're not with that.
Yeah.
So
And for many reasons.
it's mostly just because of hair color, skin color, hair texture, or financial security. It's
Okay.
usually those top three. It's never because just solely off of I find this person attractive, I find his character really great, or anything like that. It's always one out of the three.
Is it hard to find black men with financial security?
It's not about finding a black man with financial security, because the issue that I find with black men when they do have financial security, they're not checking for black women.
Not all.
Majority of black
I wouldn't
men,
generalize that.
I would generalize it.
Wouldn't
Majority of black men who are of a successful stature, who does have financial wealth or financially comfortable, majority of them are not with a black woman. And it's because of their own insecurities. Okay, they want to have kids with lighter skin complexion or fair skin complexion, or kids with smooth, nice textured hair, or whatever they want to consider it as.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question. Right, and this is me looking from the other end of the spectrum. A man wants to have a child with a woman outside his race because you know, him within himself, he probably thinks that, all right, it's gonna be an easier road for that person, for that child, when he or she grows up in society. How do you feel about something like that? If that is the reason,
If that's the reason, then for me,
yeah,
no disrespect, but with somewhat disrespect, he's a bitch. Because you're teaching your child how to cop out the other way. You're not teaching your child the struggles of who we are. You're half-assing the situation to make it comfortable. Of course, we all want our children to have a comfortable life where they don't have to go through certain traumas or certain situation that's going to affect them. But if you're going to raise your child, I would never look at my kids and say, okay, I would have rather have them with a whiter man or a white man so that they can have an easier life. What is an easier life? So what are you trying to say? Like, it should be equal. It should be, that's the mentality right there. Like, it shouldn't even be no, okay, easier life. Why is it the perspective in your head that they do have an easier life than we do? Even though in some situation that might be
that is the reality. That the road is easier for
someone with a lighter skin complexion.
the white race, and in a Jamaican society,
The
a
lighter
lighter
skin
skin.
is better.
a lighter shade of black.
Mm-hmm.
So, you
I
know,
don't know.
that
For
is
me,
the reality.
that's not a man that I would want to be with, because I can't respect you to the fullness. Because right there, you're not really showing that you appreciate your struggle of who you are and where your family and your ancestors, or who you are as a black man, where y'all came from. Mm-hmm. You're ashamed of that. So you're trying to dilute it and water it down.
Not necessarily ashamed, but more of concern that, you know, your child won't be able to
You raise your child
to have access
so
to
you
certain
give-
vibrations that maybe he would have
So your child
You
just
know,
have to work two
would have
times
had
as
if
harder.
you have a lighter
You just
a
gotta
color.
work harder. Everybody have their own struggles. That's not something that I feel like a parent should look and say, okay, they're gonna determine, okay, let me date a white woman just so my kids have a lighter complexion so they have a better life. Like that, just the thought of that, somebody really sitting there thinking about that is just kind of just disgusting. It's weird. Like, that's some weird shit.
I hear you.
Like, that's just something that I don't really understand. I don't really see it as that could even be a thought process for a man to really sit there and think of.
Yeah.
Because you should want to, whether light skin or dark skin, you
Man
should
and
raise
woman.
your children to be the best and
Who
do
they
the
are.
best and work hard no matter what complexion they are. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So it shouldn't have to be, okay, so because you're light skin, I guess I don't have to teach you to hustle that hard or to be that
No,
smart.
you're still gonna
or
you
to-
still are gonna teach your kids for hustle hard.
No,
you know.
but
It's
if
just
you're
that-
lighter, you don't have to worry
it's just
about
that
certain things.
from a certain level of from a certain perspective, you're probably saying to yourself, yes, I'm gonna teach
But
my
what is
kids
it
how
going
to
to?
how
But what is
how
it going to
hustle
be
harder,
different? What
how
is
to
it
hustle.
that? What is it going to be different? As far as what?
I mean,
Opportunities.
take your pick, yeah. Take your pick
but
in terms of
if
opportunities.
you say that it's opportunities where a lighter skinned child would just be raised up to the bar like that, when a darker skinned child has to fight for what they have to, or be twice as smart or just as smart as the lighter
yeah,
skinned
you can
child.
be just as smart, but you're black, you not get through.
Yeah, but that's something that you gotta let
You know,
your-
that- the
you,
reality
you
that-
have to teach your children how to appreciate who they are at the same time. It's not about, okay, just because, and that's where bleaching come in, where people stop appreciating who they are and start wanting to be someone else. You can't be nobody else but you. So guess what? If you black as tar, you better appreciate that shit and run with it and be your own person and find your own lane and do what you have to do to
Definitely.
elevate yourself. You can't look at the next man and say, okay, because he's light skinned, like you don't know what other struggles he's gonna have to go through in life, because that might just be somewhere that he's getting a little heads up in.
Yeah.
Because just because you're lighter is not gonna help you in every situation.
Definitely
And
not.
that's what they're not thinking about. That's why I say it's ignorance
Only I
and
think
stupid.
one way.
Yeah, it's just weird for you to think something like that and say, okay, you're gonna date a white woman just so you can have a light skinned child so they can have a better chance in life. That's weird as shit and that's stupid. Because just as how everybody have their own struggles, white people have their own struggles too. They might not
Definitely.
have as many as us, or might not have the same ones that we have, but
Definitely.
they have struggles. So it's not like on the other side of the grass is greener than over here.
Not
No,
all the time.
Exactly. But we just have to continue to teach our children. Listen to me. y'all gonna have to be the best at everything that you do. You're gonna have to be smarter than the others. You're gonna have to work exceptionally hard just to make sure that even if you don't want nothing handed to you, you're gonna earn what you're gonna gain.
Definitely.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I don't like that mentality. If a man have that, we can't. Not at all.
I definitely dig what you're saying.
Not at all.
If you're an interracial couple or anything like that, or if this topic is interesting to you, let's hear your viewpoint on
Yeah, tell us how you feel about this topic that we're discussing, because it's something that we could talk about for hours, because race is something that is like a never-ending story.
Never-ending story,
but
for real.
we're definitely glad you guys tuned in to this episode, season 2, episode 2. We thank you again for joining us. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment on this and other episodes.